Good afternoon, gentlemen. First off, I'd like to thank this board for taking the time to hear my proposal. Now, we've all heard of the legend of Atlantis, a continent somewhere in the mid-Atlantic that was home to an advanced civilization, possessing technology far beyond our own. That, according to our friend Plato here, was suddenly struck by some cataclysmic event that sank it beneath the sea. Now, some of you may ask, why Atlantis? It's just a myth, isn't it? Pure fantasy. Well, that is where you'd be wrong. 10,000 years before the Egyptians built the pyramids, Atlantis had electricity, advanced medicine, even the power of flight. Impossible, you say. Well, no, not for them. Numerous ancient cultures all over the globe agree that Atlantis possessed a power source of some kind, more powerful than steam, than coal, more powerful than our modern internal combustion engines. Gentlemen, I propose that we find Atlantis, find that power source, and bring it back to the surface. Now, this is a page from an illuminated text that describes a book called The Shepherd's Journal, said to have been a first-hand account of Atlantis and its exact whereabouts. Now, based on a centuries-old translation of a Norse text, historians have believed the journal resides in Ireland. But after comparing the text to the runes on this Viking shield, I found that one of the letters had been mistranslated. So, by changing this letter and inserting the correct one, we find that the Shepherd's Journal, the key to Atlantis, lies not in Ireland, gentlemen, but in Iceland. Pause for effect. Gentlemen, I'll take your questions now. Oh, would you gentlemen please excuse me for a moment? Cartography and linguistics, Milo Thatch speaking. Yeah, just a second. Pardon me, Mr. Hickenbottom. How's that? Is that better? Oh, you're welcome. All right, bye. Now, as you can see by this map that I've drawn, I plotted the route that will take myself and a crew to the southern coast of Iceland to retrieve the journal. Showtime. Well, this is it. I'm finally getting out of the dungeon. Dear Mr. Thatch, this is to inform you that your meeting today has been moved up from 4:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. What? Dear Mr. Thatch, due to your absence, the board has voted to reject your proposal. Have a nice weekend, Mr. Harcourt's office. They can't do this to me!
I swear that young Thatch gets crazier every year.
If I ever hear the word Atlantis again, I'll step in front of a bus.
I'll push you.
Mr. Harcourt!
Good Lord, there he is!
Members of the board, wait.
How did you find us?
Mr. Harcourt, wait!
Into the hills! Where is the guard when you need him?
Mr. Harcourt, you gotta listen to me, sir! Sir? Wait! Mr. Harcourt! Sir, I have new evidence. Please, Mr. Harcourt, stop! Sir, if you hold... Look at...
This museum funds scientific expeditions based on facts, not legends and folklore. Besides, we need you here. We depend on you.
You do?
Yes. What with winter coming, that boiler's going to need a lot of attention.
Boiler?
Onward, Heinz.
But there's a journal. It's in Iceland. I'm sure of it this time. Sir, I really hoped it wouldn't come to this, but this is a letter of resignation. If you reject my proposal, I'll quit! I mean it, sir. If you refuse to fund my proposal...
You, what? Flush your career down the toilet just like your grandfather? You have a lot of potential, Milo. Don't throw it all away chasing fairy tales.
But I can prove Atlantis exists.
You want to go on an expedition? Here, take a trolley to the Potomac and jump in. Maybe the cold water will clear your head. Heinz?
I'm home. Fluffy, here, kitty.
Milo James Thatch.
Who are you? How did you get in here?
I came down the chimney. Ho, ho, ho. My name is Helga Sinclair. I'm acting on behalf of my employer, who has a most intriguing proposition for you. Are you interested?
Your employer. Who is your employer?
This way, please. And don't drip on the Caravaggio. Step lively. Mr. Whitmore does not like to be kept waiting. You will address him as Mr. Whitmore or Sir. You will stand unless asked to be seated. Keep your sentences short and to the point. Are we clear? And relax. He doesn't bite. Often.
Grandpa? Finest explorer I ever met. Preston Whitmore. Pleasure to meet you, Milo. Join me in a little yoga?
No, thank you. Did you really know my grandfather?
Oh, yeah. Middle Thaddeus back in Georgetown. Class of 66. We stayed close friends till the end of his days. He dragged me along on some of his dang fool expeditions. That's as crazy as a fruit bat he was. Spoke of you often.
Funny, he never mentioned you.
Oh, he wouldn't. He knew how much I like my privacy. I keep a low profile.
Mr. Whitmore, should I be wondering why I'm here?
Look on that table. It's for you.
It's from my grandfather.
He brought that package to me years ago. He said if anything would have happened to him, I should give it to you when you were ready. Whatever that means.
It can't be. It's the Shepherd's Journal. Mr. Whitmore, this journal is the key to finding the lost continent of Atlantis.
Atlantis! Wasn't born yesterday, son.
No. Look at this. Coordinates, clues. It's all right here.
Yeah, it looks like gibberish to me.
That's because it's been written in a dialect that no longer exists.
So it's useless.
No, just difficult. I've spent my whole life studying dead languages. It's not gibberish to me.
Ah, it's probably a fake.
Mr. Whitmore, my grandfather would have known if this were a fake. I would know. I will stake everything I own, everything that I believe in, that this is the genuine Shepherd's Journal.
All right. So what do you want to do with it?
Well, I'll get funding. I mean, the museum.
I'll never believe you.
I'll show them. I will make them believe.
Like you did today.
Yes, well, how did you forget about them? Okay, never mind. I will find Atlantis on my own. I mean, if I have to rent a rowboat.
Congratulations, Milo. This is exactly what I wanted to hear. But forget the rowboat, son. We'll travel in style. It's all been arranged. The whole ball of wax.
Why?
For years, your granddad bent my ear with stories about that old book. I didn't buy it for a minute. So finally, I got fed up and I made a bet with the old coot. I said, Thatch, if you ever actually find that so-called journal, not only will I finance the expedition, but I'll kiss you full on the mouth. Imagine my embarrassment when he found the darn thing. Now, I know your grandfather's gone, Milo. God rest his soul. But Preston Whitmore is a man who keeps his word. You hear that, Thatch? I'm going to the afterlife with a clear conscience, by thunder! Your grandpa was a great man. You probably don't realize how great. Those buffoons at the museum dragged him down, made a laughingstock of him. He died a broken man. If I could bring back just one shred of proof, that'd be enough for me. Oh, Thatch. What are we standing around for? We got work to do.
But Mr. Whitmore, in order to do what you're proposing, you're gonna need a crew.
Taken care of.
You'll need engineers and geologists.
Got them all. Best of the best. Gaetan Moliere, geology and excavation. Man has a nose for dirt. Vincenzo Santorini, demolitions. Busted him out of a Turkish prison. Audrey Ramirez, don't let her age fool you. She's forgotten more about engines than you and I'll ever know. They had the same crew that brought the journal back.
Where was it?
Iceland.
Yeah, I knew it.
All we need now is an expert in gibberish. So, it's decision time. You can build on the foundation your grandfather left you, or you can go back to your boiler room.
This is for real.
Now you're catching on.
All right. Okay, I have to quit my job.